Japan, the land of samurai, sushi, anime, and the newest technologies. A country that for many is a symbol of harmony, order, and modernity. Here, trains are never late, streets are sparkling clean, and people are always polite. But that's only one side of the coin. Because behind this perfect facade lies a world rarely talked about. A world full of loneliness, pressure, ghosts, disappearances, and places that send shivers down your spine. Japan is a land of contrasts, where futuristic skyscrapers stand next to forests no one dares to enter, where the latest technologies meet ancient beliefs in spirits and curses. Today, I'm taking you on a journey to this other side of Japan, the one you won't read about in guidebooks. This is the dark, mysterious Japan that tourist brochures don't show. At the base of the majestic Mount Fuji, where the air is thick and still, lies a forest called Aokigahara, or as the Japanese say, Jukai, the sea of trees. At first glance, it looks like a fairy tale place. Thick moss, winding paths, roots wrapped around rocks of frozen lava. But when you go deeper, you'll feel something unsettling. A silence. So thick you can hear your own breath. Aokigahara is known worldwide as the suicide forest. This is where, for decades, people have come who decided to disappear from this world. Among the trees, you can find abandoned backpacks, clothes, and sometimes tents, remnants of those who didn't return. Colorful tapes and ribbons hang on the branches, left by visitors so rescuers can find their way back if they decide to return. This place is a silent witness to the pain and pressure that many Japanese people experience. In a country where success and self-discipline are paramount, failure often seems like the end of everything. That's why Aokigahara isn't just a forest, it's a symbol of a society that looks perfect on the outside, but is full of silent suffering on the inside. Japan, a country where the streets of Tokyo pulse with life 24 hours a day. Crowds on the subway, flashing neon lights, the never-ending hum of the city. And yet, it's right here that loneliness has become an epidemic. It's estimated that over 1 million Japanese people live in complete isolation. This phenomenon is called Hikikomori. People who haven't left their rooms for months, sometimes even years. They don't work, they don't meet with family, they have no contact with the outside world. Their whole world fits within 4 walls: a computer, a phone, the internet. Sometimes the only voice they hear is the voice of the food delivery person. This isolation is a result of immense social pressure, the need to succeed, to be perfect, to be an ideal person. Those who don't fit into the system simply disappear. In Japan, there's even a term johatsu, which literally means evaporated people. These are people who deliberately erase themselves from life. They leave home, work, family, and vanish without a trace. They often start over in other cities, in places called towns of the vanished. It's a quiet escape from a society that doesn't forgive failure. Behind Japan's politeness, smiles, and order lies a quiet cry of loneliness, so loud that you can hear it even in a crowd. Japan, a country of modern skyscrapers, perfect streets, and the newest technology. But behind this futuristic facade lies another Japan, forgotten and silent. In the mountains, on islands, and in the countryside, Haikyo are scattered. Abandoned places that look like they're frozen in time. Abandoned schools, hospitals, villages, hotels. Even entire mining towns that became empty when their resources ran out. There are also amusement parks where the rides stopped spinning long ago, and plush mascots still wait for guests who will never come. These are places where time stopped in an instant, as if the residents simply vanished. Plates are still on tables, clothes hang in closets, and family photos are on the walls. Some say you can almost physically feel it, the presence of those who left. For urbex explorers from all over the world, Haikyo is a paradise, full of amazing photos and secrets. But for many Japanese, these are taboo places where, according to beliefs, the spirits of former residents may still linger. In a culture where the past and spirituality are deeply rooted, Haikyo are not just ruins. They are shadows of old stories that no one wants to tell anymore, but which are still there, waiting in silence. Tokyo at night, a city of millions of lights, neon signs, and tall buildings. But beneath all that sparkle, there's a world that tourists usually don't know about. This is the world of the Yakuza, the Japanese mafia, which has been around for ages and has its own rules. Don't think of them as just regular gangsters from movies. The Yakuza is a group with a strict order, a code of honor, and rituals that seem almost hard for us to understand. The tattoos from head to toe, worn by Yakuza members, are like a map of their life and who they belong to. Each design tells a story and shows their rank in the group. Some even have their own offices, business cards and bank accounts. Everything looks perfectly legal, until you look a little closer. The world of the Yakuza also involves violence and making people afraid. The punishments for breaking rules are harsh. The Yubitsume ritual, which is cutting off a finger, is a symbolic way to say, sorry. Gambling debts, business in nightclubs, drug dealing, it all happens in the shadow of the neon lights, often without regular people even noticing. Even though the Japanese government tries to limit their power, the Yakuza is still present in the daily life of cities, especially where money and risk go hand in hand. It's a dark, unsettling part of Japan that shows that beneath the perfect image of order, there's another, harsh world.
In Japan, the line between life and death is super thin. It's not just about old superstitions, it's a deep part of their culture and everyday life. There are yūrei. These are ghosts of people who have passed away but can't find peace for some reason. Their stories are often sad. Maybe they had a love that didn't work out, were treated unfairly, or died suddenly. These things make their spirits stay on earth. In many Japanese homes, you'll see small altars called butsudan. Families pray to their ancestors there, offering food, incense, and lighting lamps. One of the most important events tied to this world is the Obon festival, celebrated in August. During this time, people believe their ancestors' spirits come back to the living world. Families welcome them and show respect to help them find peace. But this tradition isn't just a ritual. In Japan, the fear and respect for spirits are deeply rooted in their legends, books, and art. In horror movies, kabuki theater, and even anime, the idea of these unsettling yūrei keeps popping up. It shows how much modern life mixes with ancient fears. This mix of technology, modern cities, and spiritual traditions makes Japan a unique place in the world. It's where spirits, mysteries, and daily routines blend together in such an amazing way.
Beneath Japan's perfect image lies a world full of unspoken social problems. Behind the smiles and politeness of Japanese people often hides loneliness, stress, and suffering that isn't talked about openly. Depression, domestic violence, workplace bullying, these topics are still treated as taboo. Many people suffer in silence, not seeking help, because in a culture of shame and honor, admitting to a problem is seen as a weakness. What's more, unusual social phenomena are appearing. Companies that offer rent a family or friends by the hour. Lonely people can hire actors to pretend to be family members or close friends, so that in the eyes of society, their family life looks perfect. This shows how far social pressure goes in Japan. Everyone has to keep up a facade, and not everyone can take it off. It's a world where appearances are sometimes more important than real emotions, and loneliness and pain remain hidden in the shadow of neon lights and technology.
Japan often looks like the country of the future, full of robots, advanced electronics, and virtual reality. But behind all that shiny technology, there's a lot of emotional loneliness. More and more people are spending their lives with virtual friends and partners, from VR games to holographic characters. Some fall in love with digital avatars. Others use robot assistants that replace real relationships. In schools and companies, there are also devices that help monitor emotions and social interactions. On one hand, they're convenient and new, but on the other, they make the loneliness worse. It's a world where technological progress goes hand in hand with loneliness, and real connections are more and more often replaced by digital interactions. Some scientists are wondering, could the future of humanity in other countries look similar to Japan today, full of comfort, but without deep human connections?
Japan is a country full of opposites. On one side, cherry blossoms, old temples, and tea ceremonies, and on the other, dark suicide forests, empty cities, and social rules that hide in the shadows of bright lights. Japan's dark side isn't a flaw. It's what makes it real. It shows that even in a society thought to be perfect, people deal with being alone, feeling pressure and fear. It's also a warning for all of us. Where the light shines brightest, the shadow is deepest. Which part of Japan surprised you the most? Aokigahara Forest, Hikikomori, the Yakuza, or maybe living a virtual life alone? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you don't miss any new videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.